Jai Gurudev, Jai Shri Ram. Welcome to our concluding day session, the Katha Viram session. It had been a wonderful experience so far, isn't it? You, me, Hanumanji, and Bhagwan, right? And the wonderful experience is not something which is just a set of words. Wonderful experience happens when we devote ourselves thoroughly into the yajna that we have started. We started this yajna a couple of weeks ago, and no yajna is ever complete or ever successful until the participants in the yajna are devoted. So, my heartfelt congratulations and sincere gratitude to all of you that you committed to something and you adhered to it. Let's close our eyes for a moment. And before you do that, if it is possible for you, you can switch on your cameras. We'll probably meet after a long time after this, no? Let's close our eyes for a moment. We'll chant Om 3 times. Let's take a normal deep breath in and breathe it out. Now breathe in for Om. Asang 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 Go Punaha Punaha Satchidananda Hame Karpuragaram Karunakaram Sansarasaram Bhujagendraharam Sada संतम हृदया भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि. Relax your bodies, especially your shoulders, your neck, your facial muscles. There might be some stretch in your thighs near around the knee area. Just let it be with a gentle smile on your face and with Hanumanji by your side. Let us now open our eyes. राम से बड़ा राम का नाम. We have heard of this. The name of the God wields more power than the God itself. Now, that is an interesting thing to take. How can name be more powerful than the deity whose name is it? The power in the name comes from two sources. The first source is the deity, the God itself. So when I say Ram, 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 the power in Ram is coming from the God itself. But power in the same Ram Nam is coming from the devotee also. On the other hand, if I just look at the deities alone, the concept of Nirguna Brahma, Nirakar Brahma, the one which is not bound by the gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, the one that is formless in the entirety, is evoked in the form of some deity, in the form of something that we like. And the same Nirgun Brahma, the same Nirakar Brahma, when it becomes Sakar, when it is given a name, and when that name is chanted upon, that name becomes powerful. That's why gurus give us the Guru Mantra, the Bij. Guru will never tell you that just keep on looking at the deity. Guru will tell you, go to the mandir, look at the deity, and look thoroughly, and then immerse that deity within you. Guru will tell you that this is the mantra I am giving you, chant upon it or meditate upon it. Because that is the key to that ultimate consciousness which we are part of and in which we have to get immersed. Hanumanji knew this concept really well. So when Hanumanji was just sitting idle, having no clue what to do when they are on the shore, Jamvanji evoked the power in Hanumanji, the same power which was tied by some saints. Hanumanji was very naughty in the childhood. In fact, we should all pray to God that our kids should be naughty. Naughtiness is a virtue. Naughtiness in kids is a virtue because it stems from curiosity. So one day Hanumanji saw bright reddish orange color sun, and then he thought it looks beautiful. Probably it's a fruit. I want to eat it. So he leaped, and in that process, Indra became very afraid, very frightened. What if Hanumanji engulfs the sun? How will the life sustain? So Indra took out his Vajra weapon and hit Hanumanji with it. Hanumanji became unconscious and fell on ground. Looking at this thing, Pavandev became very angry that this is my son. What you have done to him? And Pavandev stopped flowing, which again caused chaos in the world. And then Brahmaji came to rescue. Brahmaji told Indra that you wake him up and give him some good boon. Indra realized that, I had been a bit too harsh, but that was more, an act of desperation for the good of the world. So Indra gave the boon to Hanumanji, little Hanumanji, that you will be untouched by any weapon in the world. And I give you the boon of Amarta. So Hanumanji became Amar. And then Brahmaji also gave some boons to Hanumanji, and Hanumanji became really powerful. Now, this thing is mentioned in the Valmiki Ramayana and some other texts of Ramayana tell that Hanumanji was very mischievous, so he would keep on using his immense power to, someday he would take away the kamandal of the saints and will keep it somewhere else and so on. So one day saints thought that, we need to do something about this mischievous little toddler. So they tied the powers of Hanumanji, and then the key was that when the time comes, when the actual time comes, when the need of these powers will arise, then somebody would remind Hanumanji of those powers, and then Hanumanji will regain everything. And that time came when they all were just sitting idle on the shore, thinking about what to do. And Jamvantji said, "Oh Hanuman, your birth has happened so that you can do the Ram Kaj, the job of Bhagwan Ram. Get up, evoke your powers." And suddenly, when that happened, the powers were so massively evoked that Hanumanji was not able to handle it for a moment. And suddenly, when we get a lot of power, a lot of ability, we want to do everything. Everything. Huh, I can do that. Huh, I can do that as well. Oh, I'll do it. But Hanumanji is not a naive person. He is a very learned person, very intelligent. There are many yonis in which people, creatures get born, and every yoni comes with its specific features. For example, we are born in Manushya yoni. So we have some specific features, and a very interesting and rather exclusive feature of the Manav yoni is that we can think. We can think, mull over. We are philosophical in nature. And that's why we get through all our conundrums through conflicts, conundrums with the help of debates, discussions. You see, when we are sad, somebody would come to us and talk about wisdom, and we will become better. This is not the ability available with any other yoni. Similarly, birds yoni will have some specific features. They can fly, but there is one yoni which is not a normal yoni, and normal creatures do not get that, and that is called as the Kim Purush. Kim Purush are those creatures that wield infinite power, can take infinite forms, can travel at infinite speed. They are beyond time space, as and when they want. And Hanumanji is Shankarji only. So when Shankar Bhagwan decided to take the avatar in the form of Hanumanji, he chose the Kim Purush Yoni. So suddenly, when you have been invoked with all the powers, now you know that you are a Kim Purush and you can do anything. But then you are very, very mature. Jamwantji, who was a boar, he was the eldest in the group and very powerful. But he was old also. So everybody would go to Jamwanji for any sort of suggestion. And when Jamwanji helped Hanumanji evoke his powers, Hanumanji turned to Jamwanji once again and said, I can do anything. I'll go to Lanka, I'll locate Mata Sita, I'll destroy Lanka, I'll kill Ravan, and I'll bring Mata Sita back. But you tell me, what should I do? And then Jamwanji said, the thing you should do is that you should follow the orders of your Lord. Your job is to find out the whereabouts of Mata Sita and return. And rest, Bhagwan will do his Leela and we all will be part of it. And Hanumanji said that, okay, let me collect all my power, all my wisdom. And how do you do that? With the name of the Lord. So Hanumanji knew this concept. Ram se bada Ram ka naam. And Hanumanji said, Jai Shri Ram. And the moment he said Jai Shri Ram, he became so big. He quickly climbed on a mountain and asked his fellow mates, राम काज करी फिर मैं आऊं सीता की सुधि प्रभु सुनाऊं. You sit here, eat whatever is available to you. होई काज मोई हरस विशेषी. I'm I'm very happy. I'm sure that the job will be done. And then he flew. And he flew like anything. यह कही नाथ सबन कहूं माता चलेऊ हर्ष ही धरी रघुनाथा. In his heart, he kept Raghunath, Bhagwan Ram, and flew. And he flew like the arrow of Bhagwan Ram. Bhagwan Ram's arrow never misses the target. That's why the things which are good for us, the things which can do wonderfully well on various accounts, we call it Ramban Aushadhi, the panacea. And then Hanumanji started traveling. While he was doing it, Devtas thought that, all right, we now have to test him because this is the final leg of what we are doing, and we need to be sure that he can do this task. Otherwise, the entire system will fall. I don't know for how many thousands and lakhs of years we'll again have to wait, be in the submission of Ravan. So they sent the mother of snakes, mother of serpents, who was known as Sursa Mata. Sursa. And suddenly Sursa Mata came in front of Hanumanji and said, Hanuman, stop. I'm so happy. You look so big, so fat, so yummy. I'm gonna eat you. Aaj Suran mohi deen ahara. Oh, gods have given me. What a wonderful food today. सुनत बचन कहे पवन कुमारा राम काज करी फिर मैं आऊं. Oh Mata, let me first of all go. Let me do Bhagwan Ram's job. I have to know the whereabouts of Mata Sita. I'll have to take that information to Bhagwan Ram. And then once I'm done with that, I'll come back to you. You can eat me. It won't take a lot of time. Don't worry. So Samata said, no, 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 no. When you have so much food in front of you and you are hungry, you would not want to wait for that, no? And your food is saying, oh, Mata, let me be back. So Hanumanji tried his level best, but Sursa Mata did not budge. So Sursa Mata said, no, you will have to come into my mouth. I'm opening my mouth. And then Sursa Mata opened her mouth by 1 yojan. 1 yojan is somewhere around 1.5 kilometers to 2 kilometers, somewhere in this figure. And then Hanumanji became double of it. Then Sursa Mata became 16 yojan. Turat Pavan Sut 32 bhayahu. Hanumanji became 32. जस जस सुरसा बदन बढ़ावा तासु दून कपि रूप दिखावा. As Sursa Mata is increasing the wideness of her mouth, Hanumanji is becoming double the size of it. Shat jojan ke hi anand ki na अति लघु रूप पवन सुत लीना. When Sursa Mata opened her mouth 100 yojan wide, Hanumanji became suddenly small. Went inside the mouth, came back. Sursa Mata did not even know when to close the mouth. And then she said, now I know that you will be able to do the job of Lord Ram. Devtas actually sent me. Tum bal buddhi nidhan. You have the bal and you have the buddhi also. And we must have both. Let's say you have a lot of bal. A lot of people have bal, they are well built and so on. But they don't have buddhi. And if you don't have buddhi, then your bal is actually a curse. There was a king who kept a monkey as his caretaker. And the monkey was very devoted to that king, but that particular monkey was not very intelligent. So the job of monkey was to keep the flies away from that king when the king was sleeping. One day, king was sleeping and a fly sat here on the nose of that king. Monkey thought, oh, this is a very bad thing. I have to take care of my lord. So he thought that I'm going to end the life of this fly once and for all. And she will not trouble my king anymore. So just beside the king, the sword was kept. Monkey thought, I'm going to use this sword to kill the monkey. And he did. Imagine what would have happened. Where monkey flew away and the king got killed. Bal is a very toxic thing if it is not governed by buddhi. Sursa Mata said to Hanumanji, तुम बल बुद्धि निधान आशीष दे गई सो हर्ष चले हो हनुमान. Now she blessed Hanumanji. Hanumanji went off. Tackled a couple of demons also on the way. And finally, Hanumanji reached Lanka and he became so enchanted by it. What is it? God has given so much to Ravan and he is still so greedy. He abducted the woman of somebody else. He keeps on creating problems for everybody. He steals, he loots people. And then Hanumanji saw who all were there. So many Rakshasas were there. They were eating humans, they were eating cows, they were eating lambs. So, this is a very detailed description which is given in Ramcharitmanas that these are the characteristics of demons. They may look really wonderful, very handsome, they may have all the money in the world, but their virtues are demonic. And it was time for Hanumanji now to enter Lanka. And this was not possible for anybody because on the gates of Lanka, the chief security guard was there and her name was Lankini. Lankini would not even let this big an insect also to cross in. She knew that people can take various forms now. Hanumanji also took the form of a mosquito, little bit, this much. And Hanumanji tried to enter. Lankini stopped him. Hanumanji came back in his own form and punched Lankini. Rudir bamat dharni dhanmani. The blood came out of Lankini's mouth. Lankini was a female. Hanumanji doesn't differentiate on the basis of gender. If you are bad, you will be bad and you will suffer the consequences. And then Lankini suddenly folded her hands in front of Hanumanji and said, कि जब रावण ही ब्रह्म बर दीना चल ही बिरंची कहा मोहित चीना. When Ravan was getting the boon from Brahmaji, Brahmaji told this thing to me at that time. बिकल होसी जे कपि के मारे तब जाने सु निश्चर संहारे. When a monkey will make you so powerless, then believe it that the end of Rakshas Jati will be near. And Lankini then said, I'm so happy that you are here. तात मोर अति पुण्य बहुता देखे नयन राम कर दूता. And Hanumanji went inside. When you are starting something auspicious, something good for you, na, always chant this thing. Chant with me, okay? Ram, 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 Ram. प्रबसी नगर कीजे सब काजा हृदय राखी कोसलपुर राजा. प्रबसी नगर कीजे सब काजा हृदय राखी कोसलपुर राजा. We can open our eyes. Hanumanji did what? Whenever you're entering a nagar, that means whenever you're starting something, you want to start a business, you want to start anything. Hriday Rakhi Kosalpur Raja. Keep in your heart the Lord. Just start with this chopai. Always when you're starting something wonderful and see the wonders happening and give yourself to it. So Hanumanji entered Lanka and he started searching everywhere, but he could not find a trace for Mata Sita. And while he was doing that, his eyes fell upon a little place which looked very different from other palaces that were there. Other palaces were very gloomy, dark, very sullen. But this one, it had a lot of lamps lit on it. There was, a lot of tulsi in it. Nav tulsi ka brind dekhi kapi. Vrind, it's not just one plant, lot of tulsi. You do not find tulsi in the homes of demonic people. Having tulsi plant at home is is basically a sign that the Shri, the Lakshmi, the goodness is there. That is the living form of Lakshmi. And there was Tulsi there. Plus the gate was so beautifully decorated with shank, with bow, arrow, all the ayudh, all the weaponry that is dedicated to Narayan. And Hanumanji was thinking, यहाँ कहाँ सज्जन कर बासा? This is a Nisachar place. How can I find a Sajjan good person here? That's baffling to me. And while Hanumanji was just thinking about all these things, he heard Ram, 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 Ram. Vibhishanji had gotten up. He used to wake up very early in the morning. Yogis would do that. And then Hanumanji thought that if I ask him, then he is going to help me out because you can never get a harm from a saint. Sadhu te hoye na karaj hani. And then Hanumanji took the form of a, old Brahman, stepped into the palace and appeared in front of Vibhishanji. And Vibhishanji saw Hanumanji. What is this? Am I dreaming? In this Lanka, I am looking at a Brahman. That's a wonderful thing. Or is it something that Ravan has done, maybe to test my loyalty or something? So they started talking, and Hanumanji told everything why he was here, who is he, and so on. And then Vibhishanji also said that how am I living here? You know that I'm living here in a manner that a tongue lives exactly in between, encompassed by the teeth. Tongue can come between the teeth anytime. So the Rakshasas that are there, they're like teeth, and I'm like that tongue, trying to save myself here and there and whatnot. And Viveshanji became so happy that he started crying. And they both hugged each other as if two brothers have met. And Hanumanji asked that this is why I am here, if you can help me. Vibhishanji said, Sita Mata is in Ashok Vatika. She is under the care of my daughter, who is Trijata. Trijata was also very devoted to Bhagwan Ram. And then Hanumanji took the leave of Vibhishanji, went to Ashok Vatika, And because sun was about to rise, Hanumanji hid himself on that very Ashoka tree under which Ma Sita was sitting. And he was in a small form. He thought that it might not be a good idea to talk to Mata Sita when everybody is around in the morning. So he waited. And at that time, Ravan came along with all his queens, brought so many wonderful clothes and jewelry and whatnot, and said, तब अनुचरी करूं मैं तोरा एक बार बिलो की मम ओरा. Sita, since the time I have abducted you, you have not even looked at me. You just look at me, and I am going to devote all my wives to you, and they will become your dasi. Imagine the audacity of Ravan and the lustful nature he cultivated over so many years. And think about the piety, the piousness, the pativrata attitude of Mata Sita. She hasn't even looked at Ravan. And then Sita Mata said, do you even know how stupid it is to compare the light emanating from a firefly to the light emanating from thousand suns? You are that firefly. And my Lord Ram, he is those thousand suns. And you want me to focus on that little firefly light? This is your standing in front of my eyes. Ravan was egoistic. He became furious. He wanted to kill Mata Sita right away with his Chandrahas sword. But Mandodari came in between. Mandodari was Ravan's wife. And Mandodari was a wonderful lady, very learned. In our history, only five women have been categorized as the Panch Kanya. Kanya is a very important word. Kanya is analogous to Devi, the one who is all powerful, almighty, all intelligent, wise, the one who is worthy of receiving the blessings of God. Only five. Only five. That's why Panchakanya. They are not known as Panchastri. They are Panchakanya. In the Navratris, we do Kanya Pujan because the Kanya, that level is considered the level of a Devi. And even expectant mothers also, they are called by different names in the respective months that they are. That is a discussion for later, but some month they are known as Kanya, some month they are known as Gayatri, etc. And these Panchkanyas are, one is Draupadi, wife of Pandavas. One is Kunti, mother of Pandavas. The third one is Tara, wife of Bali. Fourth one is Mandodari, Ravan's wife. And fifth one is, that's your homework. So Mandodari said that this is something which doesn't suit you, Swami. You should not do it. And then Ravan said, Sita, I am giving you 1 month of time now. After 1 month, I'm definitely going to kill you if you do not agree to marry me. And Sita ji became very sad that it has been so many months now, almost 11 months it has been. And there is no trace of Bhagwan Ram. What will happen? I got the answer from Manisha. So that's not Anusuya. That is Gautam Rishi's wife, uh, Ahilya. Ahilya, yes. That's very nice. So then the whole day passed and night once again dawned. And then Hanumanji thought that if I appear immediately, then Mata Sita will become frightened. She might also, jump with fear or something like that, or she might awake everybody up and everything will go for a toss. Maybe she won't even believe me because everybody here can take many forms. They are all illusionists. And at that time, the ring that was given by Bhagwan Ram to Hanumanji, he dropped from above. And it fell in the lap of Mata Sita and she became flabbergasted. Oh, what is this? Nobody can make this with the help of illusion because it contains the secrets of the universe. It is the original one, but how did it come here? I gave this thing to Bhagwan Ram when he was supposed to pay to that kevat who did not accept that payment, by the way. So Bhagwan Ram kept it. But how is it here? And while Mata Sita was thinking about it, Hanumanji appeared. And Hanumanji was asked by Mata Sita, who are you? And when you are close to Lord, then your only identification is that you are close to Lord. राम दूत मैं मात जाने की सत्य शपथ करुणा निधान की. I am Ram ka doot. I have no other identification of mine. I am Ram Doot. And Hanumanji told the entire story and then asked for the permission to eat some fruits from Ashok Vatika. Mata Sita said that there are so many demons. Hanumanji said, don't worry about that, Mata. You just give me the permission, I'll take care of everything else. You're a spy, you're a diplomat. Your job is to definitely find out the whereabouts of Mata Sita, but you also know that war is going to happen. So you also should see what is the capability of your enemy. And that's when Hanumanji started destroying Ashok Vatika. The demons started to come. They started fighting Hanumanji. Hanumanji started killing all of them one by one. The news reached Ravan. He sent his young son, Akshay Kumar. Akshay Kumar came with all pomp and show. Monkey, I'm gonna kill him. Monkey. We eat monkeys, yeah. Monkeys and humans. These are our food. But Hanumanji killed Akshay Kumar also, which actually sent a shock wave to Ravan. And Ravan said, no, this is not a normal monkey. I'm going to go and kill him myself. And then his eldest son, Meghnath, who is also known as Indrajit because he defeated Indra many times. And Meghnath said, I will kill that monkey. You don't have to get up from your throne, father. Just for a monkey, you will go? No, I will go. And Indrajit tried his level best to counter Hanumanji, but Hanumanji was there, intact, untouched by any weapon. And then Indrajit thought that I should fire Brahmastra weapon. Brahmastra is an equivalent of an atomic bomb. And Hanumanji then thought that if I do not honor Brahmastra, the whole power of Brahmastra will be dissolved. And I can't let that happen. So Hanumanji accepted Brahmastra, and Brahmastra could not do anything to Hanumanji. It just tied Hanumanji. And Indrajit thought that I have tied. Hanumanji wanted to go into the courts. The passage was made. He was taken to the court of Ravan, and Ravan asked, "Who the hell are you? Why are you doing all these things?" And Hanumanji said, "I did not kill anybody just like that. Je mohi mara te main mare. I killed only those that killed me, that tried to kill me. I am a monkey. This is my very nature. You will punish me for my very nature." And then Hanumanji warned Ravan that I am giving you this warning that the guy that you have actually rattled, na, he is a Brahman. The person whose wife you have abducted is going to ensure that entire race of Nishachar is wiped away. But if you do want to save your people and yourself, with absolute respect, return Janki ji to Bhagwan. And he said, huh, this human, this will, he will do these things to me. I'm going to kill you. And when Ravan ordered the killing of Hanumanji, Vibhishanji stepped in and said, Niti Virod na Mariya Duta. It is against the Niti. This is not a good idea to kill a diplomat. You can punish a diplomat definitely. And then Ravan ordered that his tail be put on fire. And then when he will go back with the burnt tail, then his Swami will realize what we are capable of doing. Little did he know that he is talking to a Kimpurush. He's talking to the Bhakt, the Doot of Bhagwan Ram. And the moment they started wrapping cloth around the tail of Hanumanji, Hanumanji kept on increasing his tail. And see, when you have given the orders, you will not rescind your orders, na? If you are egoist. So, if the tail is becoming big, 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 then also you have to wrap it because you have to apply a lot of oil and then you have to set it on fire. Raha nahi nagar basan घृत तेला. In the entire Lanka, no spare cloth was left. No additional oil was left. Everything was put to that tail and then it was set on fire. Imagine how big that fire would be. And Hanumanji burnt the entire Lanka except for Vibhishan's palace, quenched his tail in the sea, came back to Mata Sita, took a symbol which is Chudamani, so that he can show this to Bhagwan Ram that I have met Mata Sita, and then took Mata Sita's leave and reached the shore. Finally, they reached Bhagwan Ram, and Hanumanji requested Bhagwan Ram, अब विलंब के ही कारण स्वामी, don't delay now. Mata Sita is in a lot of distress. And Ramji ordered everybody that we will march now. Soon Bhagwan Ram, along with the entire Vanar Sena, reached the shore. At that time, so many people were trying to convince Ravan that you are doing a very wrong thing. Everybody from our clan will die just because of your one little nonsensical sentiment. And see who all made him understand. First, Hanumanji. He did not agree. His wife Mandodari. He did not agree. His brother Vibhishanji Maharaj. He did not agree. In fact, to Vibhishanji, he gave the Desh Nikala asylum. Go out. You can't live in Lanka anymore. And then Vibhishanji came to Bhagwan Ram. He took the refuge of Bhagwan Ram. Then Ravan was counseled by his Nana Malyavan, his grandfather Malyavan. Nothing. He was counseled by Angad, which was the second diplomat sent by Bhagwan Ram to the court of Ravan once they made the Ram Setu. And then many other people. When Ram Setu was being made, Ravan sent a couple of his spies to see what they are doing. And those spies were caught by the Vanar Sena. One prime spy in that was a guy called Shuk. And when Shuk was caught, he thought that he will be killed. But Lakshman wrote a letter, folded it, gave it to Shuk, and said, whatever you have seen, go tell this thing to your lord. That's all right. We are not going to kill you. That is not what my brother has taught me or all of us. We are currently not in war. And when Shuk returned, he also made Ravan understand that this guy is not a normal person that you are making him out of. But he did not budge. So many wonderful people. In fact, although Meghnath and Kumbhakaran, who is the brother of Ravan, they sided with Ravan, but they also counseled Ravan that it is not a good idea. See, when so many good, learned people counsel us, we should always pay some heed towards them. And the one who doesn't is only surrounded by ego. That was the massiveness of the ego of Ravan. When Hanumanji requested everybody that Vibhishanji is a good guy, we can accept him in our clan. Immediately at that time, Bhagwan Ram did the Rajyabhishek of Vibhishan. And this sent a chilling shock wave to Ravan. How is he able to do that? This is my Rajya. How can someone else give my Rajya while I am alive to my brother? जो संपत्ति शिव रावण ही दीन दिए 10 मात सोई संपदा विभीषण ही सकुच दीन रघुनाथ. Whatever assets were given by Bhagwan Shankar to Ravan in exchange for his 10 heads, Bhagwan Ram gave the same thing just like that to Vibhishan. And when we are devoted to God, we don't have to worry about our efforts. We get what we want. Finally, when all the efforts to stop the war were nullified, the war started. Day after day, the warriors of Ravan were getting killed. And one day, Lakshman was hit massively by Meghna. And then, once again, the need for Hanumanji arises. The doctor The Vaidya said that if somebody can bring me Sanjeevani booty within this night, and Sanjeevani you can find in Himalayas, the Dronagiri Parvat, then and only then Lakshman can be revived, otherwise. And then who will do your job? When something tedious falls upon us, just invoke Hanumanji and he will do your job. Always understand, if you want Bhagwan Ram on your side, never forget Shankar. If you want Shankar on your side, never forget Ram. And if you want Bhagwan Ram and Shankar both, never forget Mata Sita and Ma Parvati. So it's a very sweet hierarchy. If Shankarji is not really paying attention to you, na, just go to Ma Parvati. She's a mother. The moment you invoke her, your job is done. And then when Shankar is done, then Ramji is also done. Similarly, you go to Mata Sita, invoke her, suddenly Ramji will be yours. If Ramji is yours, then come on, Shankarji is also yours. To the females especially, it is my sincere request that when you feel down in the dumps, when you feel very sad, when you feel that things are becoming unbearable, either because of health, because of people around you, or your own emotions, close your eyes and just chant the name of Mata Sita. She is the one who will give you the power. She is Dharti Putri. She is Lakshmi. She is Shri. She is the Sahan Shakti Devi, the Almighty, the Paramba, the Jagadamba in the core. And if you feel that you are feeling weak, invoke her. Invoke Mata Parvati. For any married woman, these two deities that are one in the core are the source of whatnot, commitment, energy, stamina. And that is exactly what was done by every devotee that is part of the Holy Ramayana. Soon, Hanumanji returned with the Dronagiri Parvat in his hands, and Lakshmanji was revived with Sanjeevani booty. Next day, Meghnad was killed, Kumbhakaran was killed, and finally, it was Ravan's time. People were watching why Bhagwan Ram is not killing Ravan. He can straight away shoot an arrow in his heart. But it was because in the heart of Ravan, Mata Sita was residing. If you hit here, then you are basically hitting Mata Sita, that power. If you are hitting Mata Sita, in the heart of Mata Sita, Bhagwan Ram is residing. And in the heart of Bhagwan Ram, the entire cosmos is residing. So what you have to do? You have to rattle Ravan so that for a moment he takes away his thought from Mata Sita. And at that time you should hit. Vibhishan suggested that there is an Amrit Kund, a pot of elixir in his tummy, which is keeping him alive. And that's why when you are beheading him so many times, his heads are coming back over and over again. So Bhagwan Ram finally shot the arrow in his tummy. The Amrit Kund was dried up, and then 31 arrows were shot, which killed Ravan. And he fell on. Suman vrishti nab bhai apara. And the Devtas became so happy that finally Ram has done our Kaj. He has saved the humanity. He has saved the virtues. He released all the people who were abducted, who were illegally kept by Ravan. And the throne was given to Vibhishan. Finally, Bhagwan Ram asked Vibhishan that only 2 days are now left in my exile, and I have to return to my Bharat, because he said that if I get late even by even maybe 1 day or couple of hours, he will he will die. And then Vibhishan brought in the Pushpak Viman, and everybody got on Pushpak Viman, reached Ayodhya. They were welcomed in Ayodhya with great pomp and show and flowers. Everybody became happy that our king has returned finally after 14 years. And then Hanumanji, Ramji, along with Mata Sita, sat on the throne. For so many days, all these people remained there. And then Ramji sent everybody back by giving them gifts. And Ramji asked himself, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? And Hanumanji, when he was asked the same thing, Hanumanji said, nothing. So Mata Sita kept on insisting that have something, have something. So Hanumanji said, okay, if you want to give me something, give me that blessing that you will always remain in my heart. In the Uttarkand, which is the last chapter of Ramcharitmanas, this is discussed how Ramji sent everybody back, how everybody adorned Ramji, what are the various ways to deal with any mental problem. And you know what is that most important way to ensure that any mental problem stays away from you? Just take the name of Lord and believe that your job will be done. Let us all close our eyes for a moment. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om shanno prastu dvipade sham chatushpade. Om shanti shanti. Shanti. Keep your eyes closed. Bless that little power that is growing inside you. Bless your family members, your husband, brother, sister, friends, your kids, your mother in law, your father in law, brothers and sister in law, your mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, your friends. Bless everybody who is part of this course. Bless your locality. Bless your dharma. Bless the world around you, the trees, the soil, birds. Bless your country. Bless this world. And with gratitude in your heart and smile on your face, thank everybody who was able to take you to this program, who supported you to do this program. And thank that Ishwar, that Guru, your Ishtadev, in whom you believe, in whom you trust, in whom you confide. And let us all say, Jai Shri Ram. And we'll gently open our eyes. Now I'll quickly take for 2, 3 minutes a couple of questions that came. If you have any question, you can put it here. One of our sisters have a son, and that son posed a question that why some saints cursed a king in anger. Is it fair? Is it justified? No, it is not justified. But then we are all humans. We don't know everything. We are bound by gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas. We are bound by the ability of error. We can be any brainy as much as we want to, but we can still commit the error. And most importantly, sometimes we don't even know everything. So those saints also did not know that this king has been deceived by somebody. So that's okay. When we get a curse, when we get some difficulty in life, difficulty is not there to stay. So we will also get a mitigation measure to do that. And it all happens to make us better in our life. So don't worry. Don't judge if things are happening, but believe, understand that you have the capability to transform it. That's why you are a human, right? Perfect. And one more good news. We have not really set the date, but in another 2 weeks, we'll be starting with another program. Again, a 10-day session in which we will be discussing the life of 10 very, very important figures in our history, like Shabri Mata, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, Prahlad, etc. Feel free to join if you would like to. We'll keep you posted on that. And as a parting thought, be happy. You can chant the name of Bhagwan Ram in your pregnancy. Definitely, if you have been given a mantra by your guru, you should definitely do that in the manner your guru has asked you to do it. Meditate every day. And if you want, from the Ramcharitmanas, you can do the Sundar Kand, the fifth chapter of it, every Tuesday or Saturday or both, or whenever you feel that you need a lot of energy and you are becoming sad or fearful. May you be blessed. Jai Shri. If you have any comments, any feedback regarding this, feel free to share it. It will be a wonderful thing for me to update it and also a good motivation. Have a great Sunday. Bye bye.